falling Bayern's way.
All right, so there it is. Bayern Munich 5-0 winners over Hoffenheim. Let's hear from Archie Rintut, who spoke with Bayern manager Vincent Kompany.
There is still this unabating hunger from the team every time they lose the ball. What does that do for you?
It has to be, and I hope they grow more hungry. Yeah.
How do you make them hungrier?
Just, I think by getting them to realize the reward of behaving in such a way. So it's not easy to maintain. It's easy to see it. It's easy to say it, but it's not easy to maintain. And it's to just keep that fire going for ourselves. And you know, you have good moments, bad moments. By the way, it's not always like this, but it's something that just carries, and that needs to be the case for us.
Okay, so Bayern Munich looking to obviously reclaim their spot atop the Bundesliga after last year's misstep. Bayer Leverkusen 4 points back, the defending champions, chasing Munich's 17 games into the Bundesliga campaign. Jurgen Klinsmann still with us. Look, obviously Jurgen Hoffenheim not having a good season, not a particularly good team, but how good were Bayern here, up 3-0, 25 minutes in?
Yeah, the game was over after 25 minutes with the third goal. There's no doubt about it. But you see, and I think Vincent Kompany talked about it. It's really that hunger that they have right now, that aggressiveness that they bring into from the first second on. And they were angry. They were angry losing the German title to Leverkusen. And when they started that season, they said we gotta show people who we are. And I mean, you just look at the goal difference that they have right now towards Leverkusen. You know. I mean, I think they have their goal difference of plus 40 goals. It shows you that they are driven. Obviously, there's also a couple of contracts on the line that are to be discussed still. And it's also, you know, we are about 16, 17 months away from the World Cup in the United States. And there's some stuff going on, getting back into the national team for Leroy Sané, for example, for Gnabry, for example. So they want to show off. They want to prove a point there. They want to get back into the picture towards the next World Cup. So it all feeds this Bayern Munich side. But they desperately this year want to collect some trophies.
Jurgen, we've seen a lot of coaches go into Bayern Munich, especially in the last few years, and kind of struggle to get a hold of the club. What do you think of the job that Vincent Kompany has done, adjusting to life in the Bundesliga and taking this team over?
No, he's done so far a fantastic job, Vincent. He's very focused on his job, you know, and he's not part of any other discussions. He's always down to just discuss the soccer side of things, and so he's done really well. Maybe it helps him a little bit that he comes from he comes on board in a moment where the players badly have to produce quality. The players, you know, are now under pressure to get the club back on track. And when you come in as a manager from an unsuccessful season like last year, losing it to Bayer Leverkusen, and you start then in that kind of a moment where you know that the entire club is hungry back for trophies and wants to turn things around, that helps you also a little bit. But so far, and I talked to a lot of people there in Germany, he's doing a really, really good job.
Bayern Munich then 5-0 winners over Hoffenheim as they extend their league at the top of the Bundesliga against the defending champions Bayer Leverkusen. Julian Laurent back with us. We got some transfer news to discuss. Christopher Nkunku linked with a move to Bayern Munich. Jules, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right. Bayern Munich had contacted Chelsea. Chelsea would like Matistel going the other way around from Bayern to Chelsea. So let's treat it as two different things. The first one is Nkunku. Nkunku is not happy with the little game time that he's had in the Premier League so far this season. He's only started 3 of the Premier League games from Chelsea this season. I checked today, just over 400 minutes or something like that in the Premier League. It's not enough for a French international who was bought for a lot of money, who was bought to be a starter, and who is not a starter, who plays in the Mickey Mouse League in Europe. So he's not happy. I think Chelsea realised that. The problem is, where I struggle a little bit is that if he goes to Bayern, he's not going to play ahead of Harry Kane, and he's not a lone striker anyway. So he's not going to play behind Harry Kane because that's where Jamal Musiala plays, and right now there's nowhere you would drop Musiala to put Nkunku in. He can play wide, I guess, but he's not the same threat to Olise or Coman or Gnabry or Sané, and they already have 4 for the 2 wings. So from a Bayern point of view, if you can afford him and 60, 65, 70 million euros, yeah, okay, you take him. He's a luxury player for you because you don't really need him. But yeah, if you are behind or if you're drawing, you can put him up front with Kane in the front 2 and have even Musiala as a 10 behind. Yeah, I can understand that. But from his point of view, you would go from being the number 2 striker or a sub at Chelsea to be a sub at Bayern as well. So I'm a bit struggling to see. And right now, I still can't see Bayern spending 65 million on Nkunku.
Jurgen, give me your take on both sides of this. One, from the players' perspective, is it a better move to go to Bayern Munich? And then from Bayern Munich, do they need him? Where does he fit?
Well, obviously, when a player thinks about maybe moving side, that especially in the January transfer window, then things are not going his way where he is right now. So maybe he's disappointed. He's not fulfilled with what's going on at Chelsea at the moment. But as you said, and Jules said it rightfully, I think right now, if you look at the roster at Bayern Munich, and also at the fact that certain players at Bayern Munich are coming back to top form, really top form from, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I talk about Sané, I talk about Gnabry, and then obviously Musiala is the wonder child there. Then you have Harry Kane, a guarantee for goals. You got to be realistic. Maybe for Nkunku would make more sense to go to a team that really kind of offers you the starting spot right away, instead of going to Bayern Munich where they're already 4 or 5 ahead of him right now. So it's a difficult one. But the reason why he maybe is thinking about a move is that he's not happy where he is right now.
What do you think, Craig? Sounds like a lot of money for a player that's not performing or producing at least.
Well, I can't disagree with anything that's been said, because if your frustration is game time, and you're not getting game time for a Chelsea side that have superseded expectations thus far, but have sort of regressed to the means in the last month or so.
And they don't have Bayern's front 6.
And they haven't got the quality players. They've got good players, Cole Palmer, obviously, but the rest of them, you have Pedro Neto and Mikhailo Mudryk, who doesn't play, Nona Madueke, Nicholas Jackson. These guys are not shifting any of the Bayern Munich players. And I include Cole Palmer in that, because Jamal Musiala is just a terrific player. Terrific. So if this is about frustration of game time, Bayern Munich's not the place for Nkunku. It's just not.
Shaka?
It clearly is Nkunku just wants to get away, for whatever reason. And where that landing spot is secondary to him just getting away. Bayern are the only ones who maybe express an interest, especially with the involvement of Tel going the other way. So it makes sense from a business or a 2-club perspective. But for Nkunku, all you can assume here is that he just wants out of West London for whatever reason. Anywhere else will do.